guys, what up? Welcome back. It is what? Okay, so today we're doing another foundation. Yes, we are. So this is the new Morphe Filter Effect Soft Focus Foundation. I don't think I've seen anyone except Rocio do a review on this foundation, and they sent her the wrong shades. Someone else on Twitter also got a PR package with the wrong shades. I think it was it Ivy? It might have been Ivy. But the PR packages to people, well, I've only seen brown girls get the PR package so far, and the PR package is everybody's getting the wrong shade. So this, I actually went to Ulta to return something, and they actually had it in Ulta. So I got it with my return. Yeah, is that what I'm trying to say? Yeah. So I returned something, and it was enough to cover this. This foundation is $20. You get less than an ounce. You get 0.94 fluid ounces of product in here, and it comes in 40 shades. The shades are not as clear cut in terms of description as it was in the original foundation. So if you remember the original foundation, I think I had actually liked the original foundation. I think it was just a bit too dry for me. Even though I have combination oily skin, I found it to be a little bit too drying. So I actually did send it back to Morphe. Now, this one is supposed to be a soft focus foundation, medium to full coverage. And if you purchase at Ulta, you get their new, at least I think it's new, you get their new foundation brush that looks like this. But I'm not going to use this brush because I don't think it's dense enough for foundation. I think that the foundation would go on very streaky with it. So I don't know if I want to try it with the foundation or not. I don't think I do. They seem to want me to use, you know, that kind of angled brush. I think I'm going to go in with my Tarte foundation brush instead of that one. I'll use that one for like bronzer or contouring or something like that, but I don't think that it's dense enough for foundation. Now, as I was saying before I so rudely interrupted myself, the foundation comes in 40 shades. The shade descriptions are not as clear cut as the original foundation if you have peach undertones, because instead of saying that the foundation is peach now, it says golden red, or it says golden, I don't remember what it says for the light shades, but it doesn't say peach anymore. And I don't know if you guys saw my Do You Have Peach Undertones foundation. The cheat for peach undertones is if it says golden red in it, or yeah, golden red or golden pink, I think it is, then that is a peach undertone. I don't know why y'all are just allergic to saying golden red. I mean peach undertones. Like, I don't get it. But all right, so there were a few shades that I could have chosen from. Actually, not really. There are a few shades with peach undertones. So there is 21, which is described as a tan with golden red undertones, peach undertones. Then there was 23, which was described, I believe, as a deep tan with golden red undertones, once again, peach undertones. And then the next one, the next peach undertone you didn't get to it until 29, which, you know, it's like, what, 4 shades, 5 shades deeper, 6 shades deeper than 23. So it's a good thing that I went in store, because I don't think that I would have made a very good choice if I had just gotten it online. And I was thinking about getting it online because I do have like $135 worth of points at Ulta. But anyway, so this, I just looked at the bottle. I wasn't able to pump it or anything, but this was my best estimation based on looking at the bottle in store. So this is what the bottle looks like. Camera cut off again, but you know how that goes. Anyway, what was I saying? I was saying that when I got home and I pumped it on my hand, it seemed like it's the right shade, so we are hopeful. Now, let me read you some claims about what Morphe says this foundation is. Yeah, soft focused, filter finish soft focus foundation. Best filter ever. The Morphe Filter Effect Soft Focus Foundation is an oil-free, skincare infused foundation that delivers a natural finish for healthy looking skin. This luxe long wearing formula is designed to blur and diffuse the look of imperfections while deeply hydrating and nourishing skin. Crafted in Italy for the ultimate soft focus filter effect look and powered by high performing skin perfecting ingredients. Okay, this silky smooth medium to full coverage is buildable and developed across 40 shades for a range of skin tones and undertones. Plus, it's made to keep up with you thanks to sweat-proof, transfer-proof, and waterproof performance that lasts 12 hours. It is the best filter you'll ever use. This is a lot. It's a lot. It says, no, I'm not reading that because it don't make no sense. That's a lot. It's just a lot of repetitive information. So it has glycerin, vitamin E, hyaluronic acid. So far is what I'm reading. So this might be a disaster for me, but we're going to do it anyway. All right. This is what the bottle looks like. Oh, 3-day wear test. Starting off today with the Shiseido blurring primer, which I'm already wearing. Already did my under eyes. So let me put a couple of pumps on the Ghetto Mixing palette. Oh. So like I said, the color I think is the right color. I think. So that's what tan 23 deep tan with golden red undertones look like and looks like. And we're just going to go in real quick. Ooh, she might be a little bit too light. Damn it. But then the only shade that I could pick after that was frickin' 29. But I did hear that this kind of oxidizes those, so we'll see. Alright guys, so my camera cut off again. Let me explain to you guys real quick because I know y'all tired of hearing me say the camera cut off. So because I am recording in 4K 60 frames per second, my camera cuts off after about, I think somewhere between 7 and 10 minutes, one of those of recording so that it can save space. I have to keep restarting it, but I be running my mouth, so I'm not paying attention to it. But anyway, this is what the foundation looks like. One side of my face done with the one side of my face with the foundation, the other side without. So here's the thing, it is a peach undertone. I think it might be slightly light. You guys can tell me what I'm seeing here. It actually matches my chest though, so maybe, I don't know. Anyway, so it is a very thick foundation. I find it sort of difficult to apply with the brush. I feel like it starts to dry relatively quickly. I think because of the thickness of the foundation, I might get a better application with a beauty sponge. So I'm actually going to do the other side of my face with a beauty sponge on camera so you guys can see it, and then we'll see just how well that works. Okay, so here is my entire face. This side with the sponge, clearly, because you just saw me finish doing it. And then this side with a brush. So the coverage is pretty much the same. It goes on so much better with a sponge than a brush. But it pretty much looks the same. So I'm just going to do this real quick. I feel like with the brush application, the finish looks slightly more dry and harsh than with the beauty sponge. But this is what it looks like. I'm actually going to do some other things. If I can figure out what they are, give me 1 second. Okay, so it didn't take that much to achieve medium coverage, and that's what's left on there, and it does oxidize. At least it oxidized on here. It is, I'm going to use the brush to do some contouring with the Huda Tantour. It is a little bit more yellow or golden. It's a little bit more on the golden side than I typically prefer. But it's not like, you know, terrible. Alright guys, here is my complete face. I used the Huda Tantour, and then I used the Givenchy bronzer on top of that, and I think it looks pretty decent. I think it's a little bit light, but once again, it matches my chest, so I could be wrong. I don't know. I like the finish. Where is my mirror? Ugh. Yo, there is so much happening right here. Ooh. Up close, she real cute. Now, if you have dryness, it might emphasize it, because I'm getting some, you know, like right here in my smile lines and stuff. Yo, it's just a really nice finish. It looks kind of sort of luminous almost, and I'm not wearing any highlighter or anything. It's not really getting into any acne marks. If it were the perfect color, is it the perfect color, girl? I don't know. I'm so confused right now about this color. It for real looks good. It looks really good. Let me go do my wear tests and gather my thoughts, but what is my takeaway in the initial? It is difficult to apply with a brush. That's just me. I was having some trouble blending it in. It applies a whole lot better with a beauty sponge, so I would say use that, which for me, once again, is not fun because I don't like beauty sponges, not like that. But it does apply better with a beauty sponge. To me, the coverage is not really any different between a sponge and a brush with this particular foundation, so maybe that's a good thing. The finish, even in person, because you guys know on camera it'll look wonderful, but in person it'll be like, girl, why? But no, it actually looks good, even really close up. It looks really good. I think it's a decent match to my chest. But yeah, guys, this is what we have so far. What the hell time is it? Ooh. It is 10:42 a.m. in the morning. This is what my face looks like. I am not powdering. I'm just gonna let this bad boy shine, or not, on its own, and I will be back here later. Bye. Hey guys, what up? Welcome back. It is now 5:54 in the evening, and this is what my face looks like. Naps were taken, friends, and I think it still looks pretty damn good. I literally just woke up like maybe 15 minutes ago, so bear with me. Like I said, as you can tell, naps have been taken because my mascara is down here where it usually winds up when naps, you know. Let's see. Other than my U-zone right here, which is going to get oily and gets even more oily when I go to sleep, everything else looks good. My forehead looks good. Right around here still looks good. It still did not get into any acne marks or anything like that. Yo, I am impressed. I'm impressed with this foundation. What's this? Oh, I had udon earlier, so that looks like, yeah, that's not dry skin or anything. That's probably some of the udon sauce that flicked on my cheek and got dry and I didn't see it. That's kind of nasty, but that's okay. But yeah, this is what my face looks like, and I'm not mad at it. So, like I said this morning, I had some issue blending it in because, you know, it's a little bit of a dry foundation, not dry feeling or even dry looking, but like trying to work it in is like a little bit dry, which is weird because the consistency is very thick and creamy. But applying it with a brush was not the best move for me this morning, so I think I'm going to continue applying it with a sponge. Tomorrow, I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do 3 days because Friday I have to go to work and I'm working for 12 hours and I'm going to be wearing a mask. Oh, that's another thing. I did wear a mask today for probably about an hour. Literally right after I put it on this morning, I went out for an hour and I had a mask on and it still looks pretty good. But anyway, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do 3 days because Friday I have to work 12 hours and wearing a mask for 12 hours is just not the move. Either I'm going to get up really, really early and do it and just do a shortened version of it, or I'm just not going to do it at all. But anyway, I so far really like this foundation. I think the color was a really, really good match. The undertone was correct finally after the mishaps that I've been having these past few weeks with undertones. The undertone is a really good match. The color I think is slightly light. It could be a smidge darker, like a half a shade darker, and that'd be good. But I did the same thing with the Urban Decay foundation, and it was actually, the color was actually fine. I think sometimes my brain is just like, you know. Anyway, so not bad, Morphe, not bad. All right, guys, that's all I have to say for day number 1. No real issues. Didn't feel it on my skin. It was super lightweight, still super lightweight, still can't feel it. No bunching, no shifting, no creasing, no cracking, just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful foundation. Looking forward to seeing what it looks like tomorrow when I use the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer and a beauty sponge, which, by the way, it was really weird. I was able, when I used the brush, I had more luminosity than when I used the sponge, and I just found that really weird. Also, the sponge seemed to have more, when I looked at the playback, the sponge seemed to have more coverage than the brush. Maybe I put more on this side because I knew the sponge was going to shear it out, but in any case, that's what it looked like to me in the playback, so I don't really know if that's actually the case. We'll see tomorrow when I do it again. But yeah, guys, this is what my face looks like 7 hours later, because I left at 10:42 this morning. So 7 hours later, this is what my face looks like, and she looked good. So I will see you back here in a couple seconds for day number 2. Hey guys, what up? Welcome back to day number 2 of wear testing the new Morphe. I think I got the name wrong yesterday too. It is called the Filtr Effect. I think I said Filtr Focus. I kept calling it Filtr Focus. There are so many different filter foundations out here on the market, so excuse me for being confused, but this is the Filtr Effect Soft Focus Foundation, medium to full coverage, and once again, the shade that I got is Tan 23, which is described as a deep tan with golden red undertones, which basically means it's a deep tan with peach undertones, but you know, they can't ever say that, so yeah. Today we are going to be using the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer, which I have already applied. It is on my face, and I've already done my under eyes with my Huda concealer, and so we're just going to go in with 2 pumps, because yesterday I had quite a bit left over. If I need more, I'll add it, but for now we're just going to start with 2 pumps. And since the brush method didn't go especially great yesterday, I am going to be continuing on with a damp beauty sponge, which I have right here. And we're just going to go ahead and get into it, right? Yeah. Alright guys, so here's one side of my face with the foundation, the other side without. It's looking a little bit more yellow to me today. I'm not sure why. It could be the primer that I used. But also, I feel like I actually need to give this foundation a little bit of time before it oxidizes, before I start putting it on my face, because it did look really yellow when I first put it on here. But then a couple of minutes later, it looks like this. I don't know if you can tell from the camera, but it looks a little bit more peachy here now than it did when I first pumped it out onto the Ghetto Mixing palette. But anyway, this is what we have so far, and it's already starting to oxidize a little bit, which is great. But it still looks a little bit yellow to me. Am I wrong? Just let me know. But this is what one side of my face looks like. Let me finish the rest of my face and I will be right. Alright guys, here is my completed face. She's looking quite nice. I'm not seeing any... It's behaving just like it did yesterday with the other primer. I really had to redo my entire under eyes because of the eyeshadow that I used. That's why I always do my eyeshadow before I put on foundation, because it always happens. But it is not getting, well, it's getting into this smile line right here. But I think I told you guys that literally everything's been getting in there lately. So yeah. And then it's getting in here, the ones right here, which has also been happening, so that is not something new. Other than that, it's sitting rather nicely. However, I feel like today, and I don't know if it's because of the primer or what, but I feel like today it's emphasizing some of the texture right here in my U-zone. Actually, yeah, I feel like it really is. It's not going into any of like the pitted acne scars, but it is emphasizing the texture on my face, and it might have something to do with the primer because it didn't do that yesterday with the other primers. So, what else? Also today I can feel it a little bit on my skin, just a little bit. But yeah, so far it's kind of started behaving exactly like it did yesterday. It really is a nice foundation. Also, please try to bear in mind that it really isn't as light as it looks on camera. I'm not as light as I look on camera, I don't think. My hair is very dark, so everything is going to look lighter because of that, because it's out. That's why most of the time I wear my hair back. But it hurts today, so yeah. But this is what she looks like. I did do different things today. Yesterday I didn't powder or anything like that. Today I did use the Givenchy bronzer to, you know, like do a tiny small bit of contouring and bronzing around the perimeters of my face. And then I used the also Givenchy setting powder. And yeah, that's it. This is what we got. Yeah, tell me what you guys think. I'll see you back here later on for the results of day number 2. But once again, nothing really has changed other than the fact that I feel like I can see more texture on my skin than I could yesterday. And I don't like that. I don't like that. Also, I kind of sort of feel it a little bit on my skin as well. I did say that. Did I say that? I think I said that. But yeah, those are the 2 big changes, and I think that's kind of a big deal, which kind of sort of makes sense, I guess. Well, no, not really, because I was going to say because the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer is not like one of those barrier type primers, but neither is the Shiseido primer. So, I don't know. It just might be because the e.l.f. primer has a more creamy texture to it. That might be the difference. We shall see. But yeah, guys, this is what my face looks like, and I will be back here later on with the results of my wear test. Bye. Friends, hey, hi, welcome back. So we are ending hella early today because, yeah, things went left really quick. So it is now 1:57 in the afternoon. I left here at 10:29 this morning. My bad, I forgot to show you guys the phone. However, and I'm gonna blame this all on the foundation, not the foundation. This is all being blamed on the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. Some primers just aren't made for certain foundations and certain conditions. So what happened was, after I left here at 10:29 this morning, about 15 minutes later, I hopped into the car and put on a mask clearly to run to Kroger real quick. And I'll put a picture up here that I took in the car so you can see what the foundation looked like when I got into the car. I was in Kroger for probably, wait, you know what? I got to Kroger a couple of minutes after 11, and I remember this perfectly because I was waiting for something to get finished. They have the most wonderful chicken tenders. So I was waiting on some tendies. So I got the chicken tenders at 11:30, and I was, boom, out of there. So I was in Kroger with a mask on for about 25 minutes. And then I got back into the car, came home, and when I came home, this is what my face looked like. And then when I looked in the mirror, actually, when I got into the car and I looked at my face, all of this had shifted to right here. Everything had just shifted right here. Up here, I don't know if you can see right here, the foundation has shifted like so. This was a bust with this primer. And the reason why I'm doing it now is because I'm pretty certain, well, okay, so I'm about to go take a nap, and I'm pretty certain that there will be nothing left on my face, and most of it's going to be on my pillow when I go take a nap. And also I can feel it. I could feel it even more than I could feel it this morning when we started out, and that is no bueno. So, we done for today. Yeah, we done. Tomorrow is going to be no primer, and that's probably going to be abbreviated also because, actually, you know what though? I've been waking up at 6:30 every morning, but then I've been going back to sleep, so maybe that won't work. But it might be abbreviated because I got to go to work tomorrow evening, and I'm not trying to wear a mask for 12 hours with foundation. That's not feasible. It's not realistic. So I might wind up doing the no primer day sometime next week. We don't know. All right, so this is what my face looks like at the end of day number 2, and it's not cute because everything is literally right here. But I'll see you back in a couple of seconds for day number 3. Bye. Alright guys, I'm back. It is now 6:56 and I left here at 11 o'clock this morning. So I have pretty much been wearing this foundation for 8 hours, and this is what my face looks like. I have to say this is a much better wear, especially considering that I'm not using a primer. This is a much better wear than it wore with the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. You can see I'm really only oily right here in my U-zone. I've had a little bit of shifting right here. But truly that is the only place that is shifted. So the funny thing about it, this foundation, I'm kind of like on the fence about it. Like, I'm not like over the moon about the foundation. I'm like, it's just an okay foundation. I feel like it's a good budget foundation. Like, I don't think you're going to go wrong with this foundation, especially if you have oily skin or combination oily skin. If you have dry skin, it might be a little bit wonky for you. But overall, I don't think it's a bad foundation. I'm just not excited about it. And I'm not sure why. It's the same way that I felt about the Shiseido foundation that I got last year. It was a good foundation. It was a decent foundation. But, you know, it was just okay. So how did I feel about it today that I wore it with absolutely no primer whatsoever? Well, for one thing, it felt better than it did when I wore it with the e.l.f. primer, that's for sure. I didn't have any slipping today except for that one spot that I showed you guys just now. Everything else right around here still looks, you know, the perimeters of my face, it still looks, you know, matte and dry and, you know, soft matte, not oily or greasy or slipping or anything like that. Didn't really go into any hyperpigmentation or anything else except for the line right here, which everything has been doing that. So it's a good foundation. I like the fact that I was able to find a good undertone. I don't like the fact that I only had one color to choose from, which, you know, I guess. But I feel like they could have threw a couple more shades in there. All of the shades from 23 to 29 are, all of the shades after 23 and before 29 are neutral shades, which, okay, sure, why not? But yeah, didn't have but one shade to choose from, and it wasn't a terrible shade because, as you can tell from when I put it on the first time, it matches my chest, so that was good at least. I'm just like meh about the foundation. I'm not excited by it. I don't know, I'm sorry, I'm just not. And it's a good foundation, so I don't really know why I'm not like hyping it up more, but I'm just not. It's just I don't know. I'm gonna keep it though. Maybe I will like it more the more that I wear it. I don't know. I feel like part of it is probably because I had some trouble blending it in the first day. I mean, it blends well with a beauty sponge, but it still doesn't blend that great with the beauty sponge. I feel like it's a lot of work. This foundation is a lot of work when it comes to trying to blend it with just about anything. It's not like a seamless process. I don't know if you saw from the video earlier this morning, I kept having to go over places because it can get a little bit patchy. Alright, so what are the high points of this foundation? Can't feel it on the skin. It does come in 40 shades. It's $20, y'all. It is a soft matte finish. It's not too matte. It's not too dewy. It's kind of a luminous matte finish. 40 shades, theoretically you should be able to find a shade that fits you. However, if you have very specific undertones like I do, maybe not. I don't remember, I saw a couple of olive undertones also, but not a whole lot. They're mostly cool, neutral, and yellow from what I can see, from what I remember looking at the Ulta website. Very few like olive, very few dedicated tones like olives and peaches and stuff like that. No adverse reaction on the skin at all, which is always a plus and always welcome. And is there anything else? Oh, it is medium to full coverage. I found that out the hard way. First time I used it, wound up with basically full coverage. And it lasts the whole day. So I don't know what the hell my problem is. I really, really don't. You know, it's really good coverage. I'm just a weirdo, apparently. But I feel the way I feel. That's it. Maybe, like I said, if I keep wearing it, I might like it better. I don't know yet, but we shall see. Not a terrible foundation, not by a long shot. It just doesn't excite me. Maybe it's because it's Morphe. I don't know. I have no idea. But there you have it. Those are my thoughts on this foundation. Hope you guys enjoyed this, and as usual, it's been real, it's been fun, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.